quantum realm holds a mind-bending secret about wealth creation that's revolutionizing how we think about manifesting money. Recent studies in quantum physics suggest our observations literally shape financial reality at the subatomic level.
That's fascinating. Are you suggesting there's actual scientific evidence behind the connection between quantum physics and wealth creation?
Well, according to David Cameron Gikandi's research, quantum mechanics shows that particles exist in multiple states until observed, and this same principle applies to our financial reality. When we shift our perception of wealth, we're actually influencing outcomes at a fundamental level.
But how does that translate into real-world results? Most people would say their bank account balance is pretty fixed regardless of how they observe it.
Here's the thing, at the quantum level, everything including money is essentially energy. Studies have shown that when we consciously direct our attention and intention towards specific outcomes, we create what physicists call quantum coherence, a state where particles align in harmony.
So you're saying our financial situation isn't as fixed as we think it is? That's quite a paradigm shift from traditional economic thinking.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. The observer effect in quantum physics has been proven repeatedly in laboratory settings. When scientists expect to see particles behave in a certain way, that expectation influences the outcome.
That reminds me of the famous double slit experiment, where particles actually changed their behavior based on whether they were being observed or not.
You know what's wild? Recent research at prestigious institutions like Princeton's PEAR laboratory has shown that human consciousness can influence random number generators and other quantum systems. This suggests our thoughts have a measurable impact on physical reality.
Well, that's quite a leap from influencing quantum particles to manifesting wealth. How do we bridge that gap?
Let me break it down with a practical example. When successful entrepreneurs like Elon Musk or Sarah Blakely started their ventures, they maintained an unwavering vision of success despite overwhelming odds. They were essentially applying quantum principles without realizing it.
That's interesting. So you're saying their success wasn't just about hard work and good timing?
Well, those factors matter, but Gikandi's research suggests their mindset created a kind of quantum field of possibility. Think about it. Studies show that visualization actually creates new neural pathways in our brains, literally rewiring our capacity to recognize and act on opportunities.
So, what are some practical steps people can take to apply these principles? I imagine it's more complex than just thinking positive thoughts.
Absolutely right. It's about creating what quantum physicists call coherent states. Start with daily visualization exercises. But here's the key. You need to generate the emotional frequency of already having achieved your financial goals. The amygdala in your brain can't distinguish between vivid imagination and reality.
That's fascinating. And it reminds me of studies showing that Olympic athletes who visualize their performance activate the same neural pathways as when they physically perform.
Precisely. And here's another powerful technique, mindfulness meditation. Research from the University of Wisconsin has shown that regular meditation actually changes the brain structure in areas associated with attention and emotional regulation.
How does that connect specifically to wealth creation?
Well, when you maintain heightened awareness of your thoughts about money, you are essentially becoming a conscious observer of your financial quantum field. Studies show that people who practice mindfulness make better financial decisions and have lower stress levels around money.
That makes me think about the role of stress in financial decision-making. I've read that cortisol can actually impair our ability to make sound investment choices.
You're onto something crucial there. High stress levels literally change our brain chemistry, pushing us toward scarcity thinking. But here's the quantum twist. By maintaining a state of calm abundance, we are more likely to notice opportunities that were always there.
So it's not just about attracting new opportunities, but about being able to see what's already available.
Exactly. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency. The stations are always broadcasting, but you need to be on the right wavelength to receive them. Quantum physics shows us that all possibilities exist simultaneously until we observe them.
That's quite profound when you think about it. We're essentially choosing which financial reality to tune into through our observations and expectations.
And here's something even more fascinating. Research in quantum entanglement suggests that particles can influence each other instantaneously across any distance. This might explain why some people seem to have a lucky network of opportunities.
That's quite a leap from quantum entanglement to networking opportunities, isn't it?
Well, consider this. Studies in social network theory show that success often comes through weak ties in our network that suddenly become significant. It's as if the quantum field of possibilities collapses into actual opportunities when we maintain the right observational stance.
So what would you say to skeptics who might dismiss this as pseudoscience?
I'd point them to the growing body of research in quantum biology, showing how quantum effects influence biological systems. If quantum processes can affect photosynthesis and bird navigation, why not our financial reality?
That's a compelling point. What are some other practical applications people can start with?
One powerful technique is what I call quantum journaling, writing about your financial goals in the present tense as if they've already happened. This creates what physicists call a quantum superposition between your current and desired reality.
And I suppose combining that with actual strategic planning would be important too.
Absolutely crucial. The quantum approach works best when paired with practical action. It's like sailing. You need both the wind, quantum possibilities, and a well-steered rudder, practical strategy.
This whole conversation has really shifted my perspective on wealth creation. It's not just about external actions, but about consciously directing our internal quantum field.
And that's really the key takeaway. We're not just passive observers of our financial reality, but active participants in its creation. The principles of quantum physics give us a scientific framework for understanding how our consciousness shapes our material world.
Well, I know I'll be paying much closer attention to how I observe my financial situation from now on.
That's exactly the right approach. Remember, every financial decision, every thought about money is essentially a quantum observation collapsing infinite possibilities into specific outcomes. Choose those observations wisely.